Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 4 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we were kicked out of our office out of Edgeworth's office by Portsman because he's investigating things, because he's the one person to have basically conflict of interest down. And next we're going to investigate the door. Okay. Yeah, I checked the door. Am I missing the lock? No, I checked the door, I checked the name tag. Come on. Oh, please tell me I'm not missing something. Okay. Logic? Okay. Oh, Edgeworth's office? I will rest and expect every nook and cranny. Yes, Edgeworth's office. Number 2. These 4 numbers on a piece on number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops, hey, these number plates slide right out, sorry. They have to be able to take the plates off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... I don't see any signs of forced entry, and according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sorry. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob was clean as a whistle. What does they think? Whoever the thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. The wood? Oh yes, talk about the wood. Talk about your wood some more, Edgeworth. Yes, Gumshoe thinking that Edgeworth's wooden door is majestic. Being a detective has their own rules, and I think a certain value, which I think, if you live up to your own potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I thought it was the same thing. I see, so you're saying, so that me being me is the best thing I could be for everyone. No. Right. That long pause was actually reassuring, sorry. Oh, come on, what am I missing? Logic? Another handgun. Okay. Talk to the guard again. Come on, I swear. Come on, I know something's off. Maybe I have to check the other one. I am so sorry if I'm already off. If I'm so off. Come on, really? Yes, guard it, Maggie. Guard the file! I was wondering about the investigation. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let a real seasoned pro teach you how it's done. A real seasoned pro? Instant noodle cuisine, perhaps? You know you can always check out real important spots in more detail, right? Yes. After the area is too big, you always see the airplanes at the bottom, right? Oh, but don't worry, sorry. The arrows only show when you need to use them to see more. I knew that as well. And when you think there's a contradiction or something unusual, it's a deduction. Or she might be cursed with a suspicious area, then touch the deuce and choose your position. I mean evidence. When you've sailed on a piece, you gotta present it. I'm pretty sure I already knew that as well, Detective. Well, if you can remember all that, then you're welcome to the world of pros. IWA's investigator, class dismissed. And all I wanted was an update about the investigation. Am I missing a deduce? There is no deduce! Because basically what we're trying to determine is the fact that Edgeworth's door, that Portsman swapped at the name tags and tricked Maggie into using the key, and then it was stolen. I swear I'm gonna go mad! Okay, what am I missing? Just really, what am I missing? Okay. Connect these two? Am I missing this? That's the thing. Sometimes just the case will not progress without logic. Oh, there it is. Miss Spider, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Porter's office around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right, it was around that time I realized that the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in all actuality, you never relocked his door, then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Boom, there we go. That's what I was trying to go at. There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. Like I said, with Ace Attorney, the greatest weakness is knowing the story. Because then you forget just what happens in between. Especially if you're like me and you really more or less use the wiki as more or less your summary. Yes, basically what happens is I deal with Ace Attorney a lot, and I mean a lot. So, because I don't want to be replaying the games every 3 seconds, I more or less stick to the wikis. As such, well, often or not, there will be times when I don't play an Ace Attorney game for literally years on end. I don't actually play the game in of itself. Last time I played this game myself was around, I'd say 6 years ago. Oh, you know, you're right! Miss Bad, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I am certain of it, sir. I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I didn't.
Which means what, Si? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bad opened wasn't the one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is, we need to examine these. Prints on the doorknob. Because if Maggie opened the door, she would have left her prints. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, Detective. There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, Detective. Sir, I found only Mr. Portman and Mr. Bates' prints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. I must say, thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should be on this knob as well?
Take that!
Maggie's. Don't you find it odd that these prints of this person who unlocked the door are also absent? You mean? Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What have we here? I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. And basketball. Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis? It doesn't matter what sport he is. He's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Oh! That isn't the point you should be focusing on, Detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. I'm Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean up his toys after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, Detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it's checked it when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The position of this hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sorry. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. Yeah, it's from Mr. Portsman. Yes, this is going to be important. Very important. 3 items. Investigation complete. Felt my bar. Poking around this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. I'm so sorry. In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Well, Miss Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me too! Your non-existent logic senses? I suspected it was him from the instantly accused Maggie of being the killer, sorry. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Lady and Gumshoe, come what may, it's time to knock on Truth's door. March 14th, 5:12 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, Room 12. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the boy letters, sir.
Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here, pass it for me, pass it for Jesus. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this.
Ah! Knock knock, P.
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
And the line for you, Portsman, we've got you now.
Calm your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jocks Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can say, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I can see right through that the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
Haha, who would have thought that you'd come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right?
You leave the vampire man who killed my daddy out of this!
The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work! Mr. Von Karma did that already on me. I'm desensitized. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you haven't yet to prove anything?
Well, thankfully, Portsman pretty much goes away after this chapter. He makes one return in the third episode, in the third case, but it's like a very brief thing. Mr. Portsman's rebuttal.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlock your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we are not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something.
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on, with evidence and ass whooping. Okay. Basically, as you can see, gotta press this one. I actually know what I'm doing in this part of the case. Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown you earlier.
Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room.
Which I do now. Should I raise an objection? Silence is not golden. You claim to have no way to open my door. However, it is not really the honest truth.
Haha, alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot.
Very well then, I propose that you use this to open my door.
Take that!
I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait, hold on a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely, you were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you used your little finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, but you know.
But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking that what you wanted?
Huh, and how do you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. The basketball hoop, because it was moved.
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to just sit outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
Gah! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop had been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture's a little off the racetrack.
Conjecture rebuttal.
Now you're just bad nonsense. I had the girl at my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
On the contrary. Remember that note? But it looks like you were out. Notice the letter. You were out. I know what I'm doing sometimes. God, I have to balance out the universe. Sorry I'm not pressing, but I gotta do it.
I'm as pure as this is my jacket. I'm as pure as this is Jesus. And Miss Bird's as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know I just watched it yesterday.
Please calm down, but I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Yeah, you know when Edgeworth is smirking, you are doomed. You might as well just run, Portsman. Present the note.
Objection!
Okay, we're moving along. Balancing the universe out. That was a lie.
What are you talking about? How is that a lie?
It's a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing?
Yeah.
Shall I explain it in full detail to you? You were busy snooping around my room. The very room you had Miss Bird open for you. Listen to that theme. Listen to it. That's the theme of Edgeworth coming in and smacking you down, striking you down. Face my jazzy pursuit theme! Listen to it. It's beautiful.
Objection!
That's just nonsense! You had no evidence I made the girl open your door for me.
Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence.
No way!
This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? Huh? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure I could have wasted time.
You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her prints? What do they have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way: if she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched.
Ah!
Furthermore, all the prints on my door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. No doubt my steal's downright figurine, because everyone wants it. It's the best show after all. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. And just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on your face, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor. It's not, as he makes a huge mistake accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. I'm trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
Damn voices. Things I do for you guys. And
as I said earlier, all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You said you checked my doorknob for prints. Well, I can't readily confess what I had wiped that doorknob down well. I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim and my prints would be on there.
You made up now, didn't ya?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for instance.
Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. You're just flat out lying. There's no way he didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Postman makes a good point. I can't prove that you didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only realized that I had one just now as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for us all if I had told you sooner.
Okay, basically, this one is one of those you basically press every statement, you present nothing.
And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. By exactly that time, I was at the criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi.
Do you really think that it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like, you'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe? So yes, sir, I'll go check out this alibi, so I'll be right back. So we basically wait 30 minutes, or is Gumshoe just calling around people who could be there? Miss Edgeworth, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Boltzmann said. The guys at the criminal affairs said that they saw him around too.
You see?
All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Gotta get through this portion, and then I'm gonna end the episode off.
If memory serves, you came back to this office around 2 a.m., correct?
And it was then that you had your unfortunate. Oh wait,
Hold it!
what am I doing? Reading it twice. You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're on spot with the time.
I remember checking my watch then and made no mistake, it was 2. I was nonchalantly checking my time when the thief was holding a gun to the back of my head.
Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
Hold it!
As you say, however.
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims that bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it who you saw? Be honest. Tell me like you're telling Jesus.
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I know I'm being interrogated here.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran to the culprit.
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit.
Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
Well, we did go around and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, Zoe. Another detective said that they saw him around that time.
See, I had the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had at my sleeve.
Ah! Impossible! He actually does have the perfect alibi! And then Manfred, he rises the hill. No one can have the perfect alibi but me! And then Manfred just slaps Portsmouth through the window.
What's wrong? Why the sudden look on your face?
Can't you say anything back, Miss Edgeworth?
I think we reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train.
I think it's also time to end this episode. Okay, anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. You come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.